This is the great legend, and I am coming at you live. And today, I have not done one of these in a long time, but we are going to be doing a review video. And it's this book right here, fans. Last night, actually it was today, I read Andre the Giant, Life and Legend by Brian Brown, aka Box Brown. And let me just say, this was a good book. Now, a lot of times with Andre the Giant, so many stories go around telling, different things about him, or there's, one account went this way, the other account went this way in some of his special stories. But for a lot of you that know Andre the Giant, it was, he had a lot of success in and out of the ring, but that success didn't come real easy for Andre. Of course, Andre was born just tall as all get out. And, let me find some fun little art in here. Whether he couldn't fit in the school bus, it was hard to get in and out of cars. It was hard for him to make friends because people were always looking at him funny and everything like that. Here's some of the artwork for the book. The art is really simple. This is him getting a ride in the back seat of a neighbor's truck just to get him to school because he was so big. School bus wouldn't take him anymore. This book, I really enjoyed it. Here's the back of it. It has a lot of quotes of what people said about him and everything. But like I said, this is Andre the Giant, Life and Legend. The artwork inside is very simple, but it didn't have to be elaborate or Jim Lee or anything, because you get the point across of how big he was compared to other people in his life, other wrestlers, family members, other celebrities. The story was good, really good, but it was also really sad in the end because, inevitably, Andre the Giant dies due to his, growth hormone that was inside him that always made him grow bigger and bigger and bigger. But this story, you get his beginnings, his earliest beginnings, I guess, as a 12-year-old kid, all the way up until he died. So you don't get everything, but you get most of the popular stuff. You don't get all the little stories. If you want all the tall tales of Andre the Giant, all you got to do is just look on the internet for those. But for the most part, if you ever have been bullied or made fun of or looked down upon because you have something wrong with you, this is definitely a book for you to read, and you can read it and you can rejoice over the life of Andre the Giant. Really good book. Shows him some of the things he really liked to do. Was he loved to play cards on the airplane when he was traveling places. Thing was, he couldn't fit in the airplane bathroom, so he had to totally cleanse himself before any long airport rides or airplane rides. And that was really cool to learn about. Otherwise, man would be pooping in his drawers or whatnot, and you wouldn't want to be around that. But the artwork was really good. I liked, stuff like this was cool. They had some, he took some interviews and some stories from some people. Like here's Hulk Hogan right there standing up against him. And what was cool, Hogan's always said nice stuff about Andre because in the day, Andre, I would say from 1970 all the way up to 1980, that was his biggest decade of wrestling for Andre. This guy was undefeated for a good span. I'm talking about 10 years. He was just undefeated. What would happen, and the funny thing about it was, old Vern Gagne, when he had Andre in the AWA, of course, Gagne was trying to make this fool wrestle every damn night. And he was like, well, I'm running out of opponents. And stuff. So, and Andre, of course, he traveled he traveled to Dallas, WCCW. He traveled to Lawler's promotion out in Tennessee. He traveled to Florida where the Jarretts were. He traveled to, where else did he go? Damn, Mine went blank. AWA, Minnesota, Canada, Stu Hart, Vince Sr. He went to Vince Sr. Vince Sr. knew how to use him the right way. He said, well, you don't want to wrestle someone like this every night. You want to wrestle him once a week because he's a big attraction. So, you know, and then, of course, he stuck mainly with WWF is what it was called back in the day. He stuck with them, but he would still go over to Japan because Japan just paid a whole lot of money, and he had a little ranch that he lived at and kept up with. So yeah, this was just a great book. So I'm not going to bore you anymore with my ramblings, but if you want to read something good, read Andre the Giant, Life and Legend. If you don't want to pay for this, a lot of libraries that have graphic novels and comic books and stuff, hardback, softbacks. This is softback, by the way. But they'll have this book. My library had it. Of course, I had to buy my own copy because, you know, this guy's a fellow legend, just like myself. So we have a lot in common. Everyone was always trying to take us down, make fun of us, but we're just larger in life. Me and Andre here, just freaking awesome. It's a giant of a man in every way. Andre the Giant, says right up there. But you know, they called him the 8th wonder of the world, and I just want to kind of end it with his life and legacy is something of folk tales, really, because our folk heroes, if you will, like John Bunyan, John Henry, Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed, Andre the Giant could go right up on in there because he had a lot of feats that people will continue to pass down through the ages. And of course, if you know, WWE just keeps on doing what it's doing, we'll have plenty of Andre the Giant stuff forever in their little library. So fans, this is the great legend for this little review of Andre the Giant, Life and Legend by Box Brown. Pick it up today. It's not that expensive. I'll leave a link down below. If you don't have it at your library, or if you actually want to buy it, I'll have the link down below where you can actually order it from mycomicshop.com. Okay, fans? This is the great legend saying peace out. God bless.